Brandon Splay here from thirstgym.com, and today we're talking about an exercise called the Barbell Zercher front foot elevated split squat. For this exercise, what you're going to need is a barbell and some kind of like power rack. I've got a zigzag bar here, but a regular barbell will work just fine. And then I've got a DC block here in front of me, but really you want something you can just elevate your foot on. It could be a DC block, it could be a 45-pound plate, it could be some wooden blocks, anything you can do to get your feet off the ground anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches. You can be more aggressive if you really want to go for a deep stretch, but it's really not required for this exercise. All personal preference there. But what we're going to do is I'm going to get in the Zercher position here. So I've got this set to where I can get in a position where I can kind of just barely bend my knees and get down to get the barbell out of the rack. My palms are facing me, as if I was reading a book. And that barbell is going to be in the crooks of my elbows. And I'm going to stand up from the rack. From here, I want to make sure the barbell is somewhat close to me, especially as I'm moving, I'm walking forward. Generally, I would walk backwards, but it's just for demonstration purposes. But we also want to make sure we're reaching too far out. But in that position, at the same time, we also want to make sure we're not arching through our back to hold that load, okay? We're nice and vertical. We're going to get in our position. So as the name of the exercise says, our front foot's going to be elevated on that box. My back leg is going to be on my toe. My knee is a little bit soft here in that front position. Notice that I'm not locking my knee out. I'm staying soft. My whole foot is flat. I can feel whole foot pressure on that box. And then with that barbell out in front of me, I'm just going to drop straight down. Go as low as I comfortably can. That might mean your knee touches the ground. If you don't have enough hip flexion, you're feeling some pinchiness in your front part of your hip, just stop where you can. That's totally okay. As long as you're trying to improve that range of motion that you likely don't have, and you're trying to stay upright, nice and vertical, owning that position, do your reps, and then you can switch sides and do the same thing. Now, this exercise works great for a couple of reasons. One, we obviously get more range of motion here with the deficits. That can be great for building muscle, improving strength in those long ranges of motion. It's also going to give you a lot more glutes because of the stretch there. Also as well, with the front foot elevated aspect, you're pushing your center of mass backwards. You're pushing yourself up and back. And with that anterior load, that's also going to do that as well. That's going to help improve your hip mobility. So a lot of great things there. If you happen to be a combat-based sport, this works great from having to hold either people or certain objects in that position. So you are going to get some upper back strength, some abdominal strength, really good full body integration from this exercise as well. And it's also just going to blow your legs up. Now, I like to use this exercise in 2 primary ways. The first one is like a main movement. So if you don't want to do your back squats or whatever, you want to have a single leg movement be your primary driving strength exercise for the day. 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from 3 to 6 reps on each leg is a good spot to be. If you want to do this more as an accessory-based exercise after your main movements are done for the day, we just want to load up your lower half and make it a little bit more full body in nature by holding that Zercher position. You can do this from 2 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 per leg. Now, doing that, you do have to keep in mind by holding that heavy load in front of you, your upper back is definitely going to be a limiting factor to some degree from like a conditioning standpoint. That could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Only you can ultimately decide. It just depends on where your strength level's at in terms of being able to hold the load and your lower body. But overall, it's a fantastic way to improve your lower body strength, upper back strength, and really load your split squat a different way. Got any questions? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Have a great day.